Emily, do you want to have a look at the boiler? Because when the guys removed the lumber, I was the first in line. This is horrible going so long without hot water. Unfortunately, it's not working. I have no idea how to fix it, and the men aren't doing a darn thing about it.
It seems like it'd be easy for them.
I know, right? But they always find something more important to do. Not showering might not bother them, but we really could use some fresh water from the well. Then we won't have to keep looking for bottled water all the time. There are no nanites here. Alex checked the samples. But I can't fix them on my own. Park would help, but he's out on a sortie.
I'm no expert, but I'm willing to try. Although the last time I tried my hand at plumbing, I flooded the neighbors below. I'll see what I can do. I could really use a little luxury myself. My dad was always wrestling with the plumbing. He'd ask me to get these from the garage. I'm sure I'll find a use for these sooner or later. Even after the medicine, Vera doesn't seem to be getting any better. Damn it. Olga, are you okay?
We wanted to warm up. The weather's been terrible lately.
How's Vera doing?
I'm not sure. I don't think she's getting any better. And I don't know what to do. She had a tough time with the cold when we were out looking for shelter.
This is bad, and I'm not sure what else we can do.
Back in the day, we just call a doctor. Can't do that now, though. I just hope she doesn't get worse. The nightmares I've been having still have me rattled. In one dream, I sat up in bed, but Vera was missing. Not with me, not in the crib. I panicked, frantically looking for her everywhere. People just stared at me like I was crazy. Who's Vera, they kept asking.
That sounds awful. Don't worry, we all know who Vera is. Hey, I know we haven't exactly talked much, but I wanted to ask you...
How did I end up in this mess? Seems like you and Matthew are in cahoots.
Sorry, if you don't want to talk about it, I get it.
Rick. That's her father's name. We met after... everything happened. Ended up in the same group. He was special, you know? And yeah, we got caught up in the moment. A few days later, Rick and the boys got caught. That's how I ended up alone and pregnant. Before the incident, I was a school teacher. Surrounded by kids, even though I never had any of my own. Not that I didn't want any, just didn't have my chance. Now, I don't even have a choice. I hate feeling like a burden. But I know Vera and I make things more difficult. Тяжело. Just like I know we wouldn't have survived without the group.
Don't say that, Olga. None of us thinks you're a burden.
Спасибо. Thank you. At least now we've got a roof over our heads. Maybe a little too cold and wet for a child, of course. But at least it's better than sleeping outside.
Anything I can do for you two?
I was going to ask the boys, but maybe you can take a look? Vera's crib's been squeaking. Maybe the joints need oiling.
Okay, I'll check it out. I should get going.
Sure.
Claire said Matt joined the group not long before we did. On the day of the incident, he lost consciousness at home like so many others, but the robots didn't find him. I guess he was just lucky. Out like a light. I always envied people like that. Brian found this on one of the upper floors. Everyone wants to do something for Vera. Maybe having someone to look out for keeps our spirits up. There must be something I can do to keep it from creaking so loudly. An old electronic microscope. Brian likes to keep it handy. Once we realized that nanites in the water supply were what caused people to lose consciousness, we started checking the levels regularly. Found you, you little pests. Before, nanites were used for medicinal purposes. Now, it's practically as bad as poison. They're working hard on the taser. I hope we don't have to use it. I'll try fixing the boiler myself first. Alex is always on edge. Best not bother him unless I need to. Alex is just in his element. Given the choice, he'd probably sleep here with all his hardware. Not right now. Knowing Alex, he'd just send me to check up on Claire or Matt or on some other tedious errand, like waiting for sunrise or something. This thing looks ancient. It's a miracle it's still up and running. This thing's never gonna work, but I could get lucky. Figures. The pipes are riddled with holes, which is why the boiler keeps shutting down. Oh boy, looks like we could get flooded any day now. Need to find a way to patch those holes. Here we go. Looks sturdy. Better make sure it's all properly secured. And now for the tape. Let's seal it all up nicely. Alright, I patched the pipes, so let's try to equalize the water pressure. Holy, it worked! I kinda can't believe it.
What's that buzzing? Emily, did you get it working? The boiler, I mean, it's fixed?
I think so. We should try running the shower. Mother's first, of course.
No objections from me. Wow, Emily. I'm very impressed.
Well, how about that? Little Emily fixed the boiler all by herself. Just your basic leak, big deal. The baby could have fixed that. Maybe even Matt. Stay focused, Brian. Let's wrap this up before we line up for this shower. Claire's gonna be in there for at least an hour anyway. Plenty of time to finish up. Okay, the taser is ready. It ended up being more work than we expected, and frustrating. But if it works as advertised, it might still be worth making one for everybody. Think of it as a prototype, a trial version. I hope you won't have to use it, but I'm also dying to see if it works.
Looks kinda cheap. It better not fall apart in my hand.
How does it work?
The taser is effective at a distance of up to 1 meter, give or take. Theoretically, it'll fry robot circuitry like an egg. People too, most likely. So you better be careful with it.
And remember, Matt, I'm looking at you. It's not a toy. The taser's experimental. Reliability and durability aren't exactly something we've been able to test, so use it sparingly. Emergencies only, you got it?
Relax, Gramps. I know my way around a gun. So what now? You got another genius plan? Tell me I'm wrong.
I told you already. We need to find others. Survivors like us. We've been hiding out for over a year. We can't just wait for more of us to get captured.
So what are you suggesting? That we take this thing out and search for some robot brains to scramble?
Of course not. But we need to connect with others. We can't be the only ones left in the city.
We've already tried to radio other people, but the signal got traced and we almost got pinched. It's dangerous business, you know.
That was using the transmitter from inside the hideout. What about sending the signal from somewhere else? I don't know a lot about this stuff, but there has to be a way to do it undetected by robots. Just people. What do you think, Brian?
No way. It's too dangerous. We can't risk losing more people.
I don't care. Anything's better than starving. Emily's right. We can't just keep sitting on our asses waiting for a miracle.
Exactly. We live like rats, we'll die like rats. We have to find out what happened, and how to fix it. I'd rather go down fighting than living in hiding. And besides, this time we're armed.
Little Emily is right. I've got an idea. SNBC. The TV studio where I used to work, get it? Robots don't watch television. So, my guess is that the building is probably empty. We could send a signal and set it to loop. So as long as we leave quickly, the cops can't find us.
Are you out of your mind? You're actually gonna risk crossing half the city. What if something happens? You think you'll be able to outrun them all?
Of course not, Alex. I'm an old man. No kids. Sarah's gone for a long time now. What do I have to lose? If we can help the younger folks, it's our duty to try.
Right. Brian, we know we can't do this without you. You worked in the studio, you know the layout. We have to go together.
That's what I'm talking about. It's high time this old man stretched his legs.
There's no way you're going. You thrill seekers and adrenaline junkies, you're gonna get us all killed. Don't you see what it's like out there? How many people do we have to lose for you to wise up?
Will you please stop shouting?
Alex, I'm going anyway. Even if I have to go alone.
You're not going alone. And that's final.
Matt?
God damn it. Fine. But only 'cause I like you.
Ah, to hell with you. Guess Emily's the new sheriff in town then, huh? When the damn cops scoop everybody up, don't come crying to me. That's it. I'm going to bed.
We're all turning in. Rest up and prepare yourselves. We leave at sunrise.
So we're here. Are you sure this place is really safe?
Well, Brian, think it's safe inside? I can't imagine they'd have much use for this place.
True. They communicate through the network, not television. All the same, we should keep an eye out for any stray service bots that might be still inside.
Let's go then.
Wait!
I know, I saw it. I mean, well...
Yeah, right.
Pipe down, you two. Are you trying to alert all the drones?
Whoa, that thing's huge.
A security guard? What the hell is it guarding?
If it spots us, everything goes south. So be careful. First, we need the power back on. It seems like only the emergency lights are functional. We also have to turn on the backup antenna. The primary one looks like it's been to hell and back.
We're not here for sightseeing. Robots inside means we can't mess around. Let's split up. I'll deal with the antenna, if you and Emily can get the power back on. Just tell me what I need to do.
Wait, what? Are you serious? What if we come across a security guard and we've only got the one taser? I think we should stick together.
Okay, all right. Here, just remember, it's only for absolute emergencies. Hopefully it won't explode.
What about you?
Don't worry, I've been through worse. Just keep an eye on the old man. Now, where do I find that antenna?
The elevators don't have any power. The doors are jammed. You should take the stairs up to the 3rd floor. You should be able to find it up there. Instructions for bypassing the primary antenna should be nearby. Probably taped to the wall or something. Hopefully, no one took them. Wait until we restore the power, then turn it on. We'll all meet back at the communication center on the 2nd floor.
Sounds easy enough. I'll head up. Don't get into any trouble without me.
The youth of today. All right, little Emily, let's go.
So, where are we headed?
We need to get to the breakers. That's where we'll find the backup generator controls. It's straight ahead, right through the office. But in its current state, we'll have to find a way past the security guard.
Could we try using the taser on it?
No, too risky. There's no way to tell what would happen. Let's save it for an emergency. haven't hustled like that in years. We're lucky he didn't spot us. Let's go. The breakers are in the far corner.
An electrical cable. Better take it. Something tells me this could come in handy. Another cable. Ugh, how can anyone get work done here? I hate offices. An electrical cable. Better take it. Something tells me this could come in handy. Yikes. Getting stuck in an office like this feels cruel and unusual.
Well, well. What do we have here? Ah, it looks like someone shut the power off on purpose. Well then, we'll just have to fix it.
Now what?
Some components are missing. The cables have been ripped out. I don't have the right parts with me, but the TV studio should have what we need. Can you search for them? We need 3.
I have what I need. Nice. Always be prepared, as Dad used to say. Cool collection. Huh. I guess the admin here didn't have a whole lot to do. What is this thing?
It's the emergency backup generator for power failures. It can power the entire building for about a week or so.
It seems to be online, so what are we doing here?
Looks like someone turned it on a long while back. Maybe a year. It's working at minimal capacity. Just enough to power the essentials. Probably why it's still got some juice left. Once we bring it up to full power, it will only last a day at best. But we won't need any more than that to transmit anyway. The auxiliary antenna doesn't hog as much energy.
Hey, check it out. Will these work?
They're going to work just fine. I just wish I knew what order they need to be plugged in. I could really use your help, Emily. Would you mind taking a look at the distribution console there? You'll need to cycle power through the blocks, and let me know when the LED turns green. That'll help me figure out the cabling sequence. By the time we're done, all the blocks should be active.
You and Alex really love outsourcing this kind of work, don't you? I'm on it. We can talk later. First, Brian needs my help with the console. Can't leave yet. Brian's waiting for me to redistribute the power.